Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm King Bush, the king of League One predictions. I'm top of the table. And Bez had a good week, but I've absolutely spanked it. I think I got nearly every score right. There ain't nobody better in the game than me at this. So Bez is unfortunate that he's up against the King Don, the one Don, the Magic Man, the King. It was just unbelievable. I mean, people would have followed my predictions last week and put it on a bet. You know, they'd be buying new properties all over the world. So you should have listened. Maybe you're going to listen this week and follow what I'm saying. So we'll get into it. First game, big sellout, 30-odd thousand, I believe, for this game. Bez, take it away, sunshine.
Yeah, and just to react to Lee as well, obviously, you know, he's getting all excited because he's had one good week. So let's see where we are at end of season, shall we? Let's end the season. And just for record as well, we're obviously doing all three leagues. To be fair, if you had our total points up from last week, this was actually our strongest performance between the two areas, which is no surprise because obviously Rotherham have been at this level for the last couple of years, so I'd expect nothing different, to be fair. So, Sheffield Wednesday versus Bradford, as Lee says, big game. Both teams won their opening game. Sheffield Wednesday, in my opinion, got a little bit fortunate. They beat Leyton Orient 2-1. I was following the game, just looking at the stats and what have you, and Leyton Orient would have fought by far the better side. Wednesday got a penalty, which obviously evens up the stats, and it meant that Wednesday won the game. And we have also seen, and I want you to comment on this as well, Lee, the Barry Bannon miss. I mean, I've always said that Barry Bannon has been a superb player for Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not one of these who I've never rated him, who says he's too old. He's been too old for the last 5 years, but he still seems to be Wednesday's best player. And listening to Football 11 sometimes, some Wednesday used to phone up and moan about him and his set pieces and stuff. I'm telling you what, if you didn't have Barry Bannon, yeah, Wednesday would have probably been towards bottom half for League One. They wouldn't have gone up in first place from League One the last time. So I think you can look at it. I think you're very fortunate to have Barry Bannon still at your club. Bradford, again, another good result. They beat Peterborough United at home. Tough game, this. Obviously, a Yorkshire derby as well. Now, unfortunately, I think Wednesday will win this. I did expect them to lose in the first week. I do think they'll win this game. I just think that Wednesday at home will be good. And even though I've got Bradford in the playoffs, I just don't think they'll have as strong a season as last year. I still think they'll get the playoffs. I just think they'll just get the playoffs as opposed to being 5 or 6 points in it. So yeah, I'm going for Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bradford City 1.
Yeah, it's a big game, but for me, obviously, I backed Wednesday to get promoted automatically. I backed them to win. I got the correct score as well last week. Backed them. I'll back them again. 2-0 Sheffield Wednesday. I can't see anything other than a big Sheffield Wednesday win, and they're going to take some stopping this season, I think, Sheffield Wednesday. As much as Bez hates it, as he hates Sheffield Wednesday.
You already know my thoughts. I mean, I still think that Saturday's game was a very fortunate win, but they got the win. A bit like Cheltenham, I felt they got a fortunate win, just like Wednesday did. Another Yorkshire derby, interestingly. I didn't realise it was close to Doncaster and Barnsley, and it's actually difficult to predict this because I think both sides are probably heading towards a similar place in the league. Obviously, I've got them both in the bottom half. Lee's got them both relegated. Barnsley, and this doesn't surprise me in the slightest, they lost at home to Bromley, which is an extremely poor result. And when I saw this result, and I saw that Barnsley, they did dominate the game. They had 22 shots, I think it were. My first thought were, do you know what, I wish I'd have put Barnsley in bottom 4. But I don't think Donny will go down. But I do think Barnsley are going to probably finish 5th bottom or 4th bottom, and this kind of backs up what myself and, to be fair, what Lee was saying. Donny lost away at Mansfield 2-1, which is not a disgrace as such. I think this
another one of
relatively late goals. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, again, if you put, I have realised if you do put 2-1 to a team, that's the most common scoreline in football. So just put 2-1 every result, and you'll probably do well. But yeah, I look at the stats now. Donny, to be fair, did okay. Didn't really deserve. They probably deserved a draw at least, and they didn't get it. So a bit unfortunate there. This one, I'm going to go a Donny win. I just think that Barnsley, I think, they've not had a great start. I just think, again, they're going to lose this. I think Donny is slightly better than Barnsley at the minute, unfortunately. And that's why I think they're going to win the game 1-0. So Donny 1, Barnsley 0.
Man, I think you've got some kind of soft spot for Donny. You're always giving them something that they don't deserve. For me, these are two of the poorest teams in League One. Both will get relegated, and this will be probably the most boring game of the weekend. 0-0. Both teams are absolutely honking. I picked that Donny would lose last week. I actually thought Barnsley would manage to win this game. I predicted them both to get relegated. Nothing from week one has changed my mind on that. These two are the pits of League One. Yeah, I think Rotherham's team now would beat both of these on the same day. Terrible teams.
Okay, fair enough then. No surprises there. I have got Donny finishing bottom off, and I've always said with Donny, I just rate the manager. I just think they've got a good manager. And I just, while ever
what's
they've
he
got
won?
McCann,
what's he won, McCann?
He's won He's won the league in League One. He's won League One before, and he's also won League Two. Hull City. He won it with Hull.
Yeah, but then what happened then? Yeah. What happened with him then?
Well, he went up to the Championship. They weren't at bottom, but he got sacked before.
He got sacked, didn't he? Yeah.
Hull didn't go down, did they? I think they stopped up, but he got sacked way before.
So he got Hull promoted from League One. So Hull are by country mile the biggest club in League One when he got them promoted.
They're not as big as like a Cardiff, though.
But he should never get Hull relegated. We would have got relegated.
I don't know. I feel like I think if you said it about Birmingham or Cardiff or Leicester, I think fine. When I was watching football at night, it's Hull City were in Division 4 in Rotherham. When Rotherham were in Division 4, Hull City were in. They're not. Yeah, they are. I'm not saying they're not a big club. I'm just trying to say that. And I expected Hull to go up that season, but it is difficult to win a league. Just look at Cardiff last season. We all agree that Cardiff were far better than Lincoln. And I'm not having that where people say, "Oh, Lincoln were better than Cardiff because they got 15 points more." No, I'm telling you now, if Cardiff and Lincoln had to play like 3 games between each other, Cardiff would win more than Lincoln. I'm telling you now.
Well, Lincoln beat Cardiff.
Yeah, but Cardiff beat Lincoln as well, didn't they? Didn't they win 1 each?
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Last game I remember, towards the end of the season, Lincoln beat them. I don't know.
All I was trying to say is that I do agree Hull are a decent-sized club, but Hull are very similar to Huddersfield, in my opinion. And Huddersfield have been nowhere near promoted. I'd say that they are. Huddersfield's been in Premier League as well. Huddersfield's been in Premier League as well.
Yeah, but they got spanked every week. I remember, I think Man United beat them 10-0.
Maybe. But Hull's got spanked every single week. But you can't tell me that you think Hull are a lot bigger than Huddersfield.
Rotherham are the same size as Huddersfield.
No.
Same size as Huddersfield.
I'm not having that.
Yeah,
I'm not having that. I think that Hull City and Huddersfield are very, very similar. I bet they get similar crowds.
All the way bigger club. All the way bigger club.
Right, anyway, let's move on. Yeah, Luton versus Notts County. So, to be fair to Luton, what a cracking comeback that were. 3-1 down at Reading, and they won 4-3. I did see, though, a lot of Reading fans saying that they don't understand how they lost the game. And I'm just looking at the stats now, and to be fair, it was even, but Reading had 17 shots to Luton's 12. Reading had higher
XG. I'll tell you how they won the game.
They scored more goals, yeah.
All right
then. Yeah, Cheltenham won the game fairly. Then they scored more goals. Then you can't have argument for both ways.
No, but I didn't say I don't know why we lost the game. I said we didn't deserve to lose the game, but I know why we lost because they took the chances we didn't.
And all I'm saying is, according to Reading fans, they didn't deserve to lose the game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you said they don't know why they lost, how they lost the game.
How?
It's very
Yeah, they don't know
simple how they
how
lost
then.
it.
Yeah.
The other team
It's
scored
still
more goals.
it's a figure of speech to be fair. Anyway,
Go
let
on.
me carry on. So fair play to Luton. It was a great comeback, and to be fair to Ox County, they had a really good result at home to Leicester as well. I mean, I think what I would say is, and I believe in this, where if you can play a team at the best time every single week. So, for example, you go up. Notts County have gone up obviously last season. The first game is Leicester, where Notts County are on a high, Leicester on a low. It's the perfect time to play him. If you could do that for like 46 games, then I think you can win promotion. I think teams have done that before, where they've managed to play the right team at the right time, and therefore they've got the win. And I think that Notts County have done that with Leicester. Leicester will win the league. Leicester will get 100 points, I think. In this game, I'm going to go for a Luton win. I think it's a very tough start for Notts County, Leicester at home, and then Luton away. But I just think they're going to come up short. And I think Luton will be strong at home as well. So Luton 2, Notts County 1.
Yeah, for me, I think Luton are going to be a real handful this season. I'm going to go 2-0 to Luton. Comfortable afternoon. Great game from Notts County. I've got a lot of time for Notts County. Unfortunately, this is going to be a bridge too far. Like you said, I think the game against Leicester is the perfect storm, but I think they'll come crashing down to earth and see what League One is all about with this game. So 2-0 to Luton.
Okay. Next, we have Wimbledon versus Reading. Wimbledon, who got an absolute hammering away at Huddersfield. Huddersfield had 10 men as well. I don't know how long for, but they had 10 men. And Reading, obviously, we've just spoke about. They were 3-1 up at home to Luton and lost 4-3. We've obviously both got Wimbledon struggling, and I can't see anything but a Reading win here. So I'm going to go Wimbledon 0, Reading 2.
This is the first time I'm going to agree totally with you, Bez. I'm going to go Wimbledon 0, Reading 2. I really fear for Wimbledon. I cannot see Wimbledon staying up. Like you said, Reading did give Luton, who I think will be up there, to give them a fright. Very close game, and ended up losing, but I think they'll have far too much for Wimbledon, who I think will get relegated for me. So 2-0 to Reading.
Okay, next we have Bromley versus Cambridge. Great result for Bromley at Barnsley. Again, a little bit like Notts County, probably playing Barnsley at the right time. But even so, you still have to win the game, and they did do. And also, Cambridge got a good result out to Wigan as well, 3-2. I think they were 3-0 up actually, and Wigan scored 2 late goals, and they just couldn't get a third, unfortunately for them. I'm just going to go for 1-1 draw. I can't really separate the sides. I think both sides, even though they both won the first game, I still think both sides will go down. And I just think this will peter out as a draw.
Interesting. Peter out as a draw. I'm going to go Bromley 2, Cambridge United 0. I think Bromley are going to have the win between their tails. I think they'll beat Cambridge. I think Cambridge are not really a League One team for me. So, yeah, can't see anything other than Bromley winning 2-0.
Okay. Next, we have Leicester at home to Burton Albion. Obviously, Leicester so close to getting that first win of the season, but Notts County scored a latest goal and they only drew 1-1. Burton got an okay result at home to Stevenage 1-1, but if it weren't for Burton manager, I really think that Burton could be a bit like Wimbledon, where they don't pick up a lot of points. Can't see anything here but a bit of Leicester win. It's whether or not I go for 2 or 3-0. I'm going to go for Leicester 3, Burton 0. I think it'll be quite comfortable for Leicester this one.
Yeah, I'm similar to you, but I'm going to give an extra. I'm going to say Leicester City 4, Burton Albion 0. I think Leicester at home. I just think they'll wipe the floor with them, if I'm totally honest.
Okay. Next, we have MK Dons at home to Huddersfield. A decent point for MK Dons away at Oxford. I think Oxford, it'll be a tough place to go, so a good point there. And obviously, Huddersfield, a great opening win against the Wimbledon side. I mean, I actually was so confident about Huddersfield winning that I actually had Huddersfield on my last man standing pick. So that ensured that I went through, thankfully, quite comfortably. This is a difficult test for Huddersfield. I do think MK Dons will be up there. I do think that MK Dons are still a bit like Rotherham. They will go through some gelling time, so it'll take them a few games to get up to scratch. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. Paul Ward is one of them where he don't lose a lot, but he does draw a lot more. That's the reason why they end up being near top. He gets more of the odd point than he would do losing more games, and that's why I think it'll be another draw. This one, MK Dons 1, Huddersfield 1.
I'm going to put MK Dons 2, Huddersfield 1. I think MK Dons have got enough quality to see this one through. I'm going to go 2-1 to MK Dons.
Okay. Next, we have Peterborough versus Mansfield Town. Obviously, Mansfield beat Doncaster. Good result at home there, 2-1. Peterborough lost away at Bradford 2-0 and also had a man sent off, so he will be suspended. It's David Okagbus. I don't know too much about him, to be honest with you, but it's not a good start for Peter. Not only did they lose, having a man sent off as well. I think that Mansfield will go to this game again. I think they'll claw out a draw. I'm going to go Peterborough 1, Mansfield 1. Another 1-1 draw for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Peterborough 1, Mansfield 2. I really fancy Mansfield this season, and I think they'll just edge this game as well. Mansfield to win 2-1.
Okay. Next, we have Stevenage versus Oxford. A point for Stevenage and a point for Oxford. Oxford were at home, Stevenage were away at Burton. This is actually a difficult one. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for a Stevenage win here. And the reason why I've gone for it is because I said before on the predictions that Oxford this season remind me of Rotherham United a couple of seasons ago. And this is the type of game, and Rotherham did it last year, to be fair. They'll go to Stevenage. They've not quite gelled yet because they've got their players come in. They're still getting used to life in League One, and they'll lose to Stevenage 1-0. And this is just a result like this is what helps Stevenage get into the playoffs. And I don't think they're going to get in playoffs this time, but I do think that at home they are going to pick up a lot of points. So I'm going Stevenage 1, Oxford 0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0, but I'm going to do the opposite way. I'm going to Stevenage 0, Oxford United 1. I think Oxford will have too much for Stevenage. I don't think they're going to have the season that they've previously had as well, Stevenage. So, 1-0 Oxford.
Okay. Next, we have Stockport County versus Blackpool. A point for Blackpool at home against Wycombe. Stockport had a brilliant result. They went to Plymouth and they won 3-1. And because of that, I think Stockport will win this game as well. I think there'll be goals in it. I'm going to go Stockport 3, Blackpool 2. I think there'll be goals in it, but I think Stockport will get the win. 3-2.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go Stockport County. 4, Blackpool 2. 4-2.
High scoring game. Interesting. Okay. Next, we have Wigan versus Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient obviously lost to Wednesday, but a little bit unfortunate in my opinion. Wigan actually had a terrible start at Cambridge. I know it still looked too bad losing 3-2, but as I said, they were 3-0 down. I think after that 50 minutes, and then they scored 2 in last 20 minutes or so. And I'd have thought when they scored the second, they would have gone on to get the equaliser, but not to be. I do find Wigan a very interesting one actually, because let's face it, Wigan are a bit like Rotherham. They're normally really good in League One. Obviously, they've had a couple of seasons where they have been near the bottom, again, like Rotherham. They've got a coach who, I said last season, the reason he was successful was because he came in and kind of went back to basics and gained clean sheet after clean sheet, and that's how they stayed up. But obviously, continuing through to a very poor Cambridge side is not ideal. I'm going to go Wigan 2, Leyton Orient 0. I just think Wigan at home, like I said, under the new manager, they were at home. Gary Caldwell, they had a decent home record when he came in, so I'm going to keep that run going. Wigan 2, Leyton Orient 0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a home win as well. I'm going to go Wigan 2, Leyton Orient 1. I think Leyton Orient will get a goal in this. So, yeah, 2-1.
Okay, and last but not least, it's Wycombe Wanderers versus Plymouth. Again, Wycombe are a side who I don't really know what to think about them. On paper, the side isn't the best, but I really rate Michael Duff. And Wycombe, the first game last season, first game this season, they drew away at Blackpool 1-1, which I think is a good point. Away at a team who I think will be mid-table at least in Blackpool. Plymouth, obviously a terrible start for them, losing at home to Stockport. And Plymouth's also an interesting one. We've both got Plymouth in the playoffs, and we've based that on the fact that they had a great end to the season. And as I said in the prediction video, they were only about 2 minutes away from grabbing the playoff spot last season, and it just weren't meant to be. I just wonder if Plymouth might struggle at the start, like they did last season, because there's been quite a decent overall players. They've lost their best player in Talaj, and they have replaced him with Will Evans. So I actually think Talaj is far better than Will Evans personally. So I actually have this feeling they're going to have a bad start, and then they're going to come good again as we get towards the end of the season. And because of that, I'm going to go Wycombe 1, Plymouth 0. I think Wycombe will get the win.
Interesting. I disagree. I think Plymouth, I know they've had a bad start, shock home defeat, but I'm still going to back Plymouth this season. I'm going to go 2-1 to Plymouth, an away victory. Get themselves back on track.
And that's it. So let's just quickly, I'll scroll through mine first, and then Lee will scroll through just so you can see them. So starting at Wednesday there, Donny, Luton, Wimbledon, Bromley, Leicester, MK Dons, Peterborough, Stevenage, Stockport, Wigan, and Wycombe. And then we'll go to Lee, if he just wants to scroll through his quickly, just so you can see him. He's going to change the menu then. There you go. That's all Lee's done because it's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, obviously the results last week speak for themselves. So I'm pretty confident with the picks I've done as well this week. I can't see me getting that many wrong, to be honest. I'm on fire with predictions. I don't think there's anybody better in the game. So Bez is up against it again this week with his picks. I think he's got some okay ones, but I think mine are better. We'll see.
I can hear concern in your voice. The fact that you keep going on and on and on about that you're leading already thinks that you're so worried that you're not going to be leading. You got to get it out now. That's what it feels to me.
I know I'm going to be leading. I'm already leading. I start at the top. I end at the top. Yeah. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think of the video. Is there any sort of picks that you disagree with? Is there any picks that you think we've got bang on? I think, in fairness, in the comments last week, we had a lot of people saying they thought the picks were pretty fair. Apart from, obviously, I do get Wednesday fans when they say Bez has got a vendetta against Wednesday. He's actually picked them to win this week.
And not even but that just proves it. I think the fact that Bradford are going to be a good side at this level. I'm the one who's got Bradford out of me and Lee getting in the playoffs, and I've still got Wednesday
that's not going to happen. That's just another silly pipe dream. That is silly. That
You've got a vendetta against Bradford as well, haven't you? That's what it seems like.
No. It's not a very nice place, is it, Bradford? You wouldn't go there for holiday, would you?
No.
There you go. Saying that, you won't go to Rotherham for holiday. So,
well, to be fair, like on a serious note, if you go around Rotherham now, it's actually a lot nicer than it used to be. They spent millions on Rotherham, you know, and the way the cinema is and stuff. I've not been down there myself, but it's supposed to be excellent. And I actually got a takeaway food from one of the places down there. I can't remember what it was called. They were absolutely superb. It's like one of the best food I've ever had in Rotherham. It's sort of like pepper and something or other. Honestly, it was really nice.
Shits the other day with that because you went there.
Yeah, that was something I got from Hillsbury that way.
Yeah, bet it were. Right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Please like the video. Please share the video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.